Alright, so you've created your walls. Now we're going to add doors and windows and flooring to our classroom that we have here. First thing before we do that is I want to go over the different view options you have to see your classroom as you are building it. So if you click here, level 1 is where we're at right now. That's that view that we're in. There are two different ways to get to the 3D view if you want to see what it looks like 3D. If you go up to view up here and click the house, it'll actually show you your 3D classroom that you are building as you are building it. Okay, and you can see the thicker wall there. This is our outside wall right now. And then you just use the swivel part to get around and move around it. Now if you switch to the 3D and you need to get back to the 2D view that we were editing, you come over to floor plans here and level 1. And double click and then it's flat. If for some reason this screen is not on your screen, what you're going to do is you're going to come up to view, you're going to go to user interface, and you're going to check the box next to project browser. That'll give you this little box right here to where you can change between all your views. You can also get to your 3D view in this project browser as well if you double click the 3D view right there. Then you come back to floor plan level 1. We won't use level 2, that's if you have a second floor in your floor plan. Right now we're just doing one level floor plans. You also have the option to see the different sides of your structure. So this would be the east side of my structure, the north, the south, and the west. Alright, so go back to level 1 in your floor plan, and now we're going to add doors in. So you can see my view up here is still in the view, so I'm going to come back to architecture, and I'm going to choose door. Now it automatically goes to a standard size door. If you need to choose a different size door, like I believe ours are 80 inches, but I'm not sure, you can always click on a different one. If you need to manually enter in a size door, for example, if you're making your little homes, the small homes or the container homes, and you need a smaller door in it, if you click edit type, it'll bring this up. You can always choose different sizes from here, or you can change the height of your door manually, or you can change the width of your door manually to make them different. Okay, hit OK. So now I'm going to add in my door, and when I drag this over, you'll see the doors go on either side of the wall. If you're having a door open to the inside of the room, you want to make sure you're on the upper part of the wall. If you're having the door open outside, it goes on the outer wall. So if I'm going to start with the door to get into our classroom, I'm going to come over here. Now you notice it's opening the wrong way. If I hit the space bar on my keybar, or the space bar on my keypad, it will switch them around. Okay? So I'm just going to place my door to start, and then I'm going to worry about my measurements. Now there's two different ways I can move my door right now. If I hit modify and click on my door, I can use the arrows on my keypad to move it slightly up and down, or I can click on these numbers and I can type them in. And then it moves my door specifically where it needs to go. So I have my one door there. I'm going to go back. I'm going to add another door in over here. Now this door opens into the room the other way. And I'm going to change my dimensions. And again, I'm just writing in dimensions. These are not what you need to have. I'm just writing in random dimensions. Okay. Then I have another door right here. And it actually opens that way. Okay. And you can use your arrows on your keypad. If you hit modify and click on the door, you can actually use the arrows on your keypad to move the doors or type in the number. Okay, and then I have one more door right here. And notice I'm going to the outer wall because these doors open inward or out towards that back room. And I'm just going to guess a number here. I'll just do 6'5" So I've got all my doors placed now. Now I'm going to add in my windows. So if I go to architecture again and go to window, I get a generic 3-foot by 4-foot window. Okay, and our windows in this classroom are not generic. There are a bunch of different types of windows that you can add in when you get to your bedrooms when you build those. For right now, we're going to keep it on fixed, but we're going to have to go to edit type, and we're going to have to edit the height and the width of these windows because we have different sized windows in here that are not standard. So if I go, and I'm just guessing right now, I don't know your exact measurements. So let's say our window is 5 feet tall and it's a little bit more square, so I'm going to say 5 feet wide, and that's my window. I'm going to hit OK, and now I have exactly a 5-foot by 5-foot window. So if I place that here, and I've got another one here, okay, I can change. If I go modify and I click on that window, it's showing me its placement compared to the other one, to the center of the other window. So if I move it up or down, it's showing me the difference between that gap. Okay. Another way you can change the measurements, so some of you measured in between the windows. If you go to, I believe it's view, give me 1 second here. I just have to find it here. Annotate, and you click aligned, and if I click the edge of this window and the edge of the other window, it'll show me the distance between them right now. Now if I click modify and I move my window, that number is going to change. So if you measured between the windows, you can still use that measurement. You just have to go to annotate and change and click between the windows, and then that'll show you that distance. So now with 2 windows chosen, I'm going to show you how it looks in the 3D view. So again, you can do it 2 different ways. You can come up to view, 3D view, or you can choose it down here, and if I shift around, now you can see our windows are put in. Okay? And it's starting to actually look like a room. So you're going to do that for the windows going all the way around the room. You can also in the 3D view, if your windows aren't quite in the right placement, if you click them and you use the arrows on your keypad, you can change like the height. So when you get to those super tall windows on the other wall, you can move them all the way up if they are not all the way up in your 3D view. Okay, now the last thing, we're going to add flooring in. So we're going to go back to architecture, and this is after you get all of your windows into your drawing. So I'm going to go back to my 2D view, and I'm going to choose floor. Now the first thing that's going to happen is it's going to ask you to modify and create your floor boundary. And what you're going to do here, and there's 2 different ways, you can do it by a line, or since we're dealing with a rectangular room, I'm just going to choose rectangle. I'm going to start in the corner here, and I'm going to drag it all the way down to the other corner. And I've just created my boundary line for where I want my floor to go. I'm going to hit the green check mark. Okay. Now I've got my flooring in, and now I can modify. So you can see over here, it gave you the generic wood floor. If I go to edit type, and go to edit, and I click this middle one by category and click the little dots there, it'll pull up a screen where now you can choose what kind of flooring. So I can choose carpet, you can choose glass, you could choose oak flooring if you want wood flooring, you can choose stainless steel sash, you can choose what your flooring is. So in here, I'm just going to choose tile. And if you click on tile and you click these 2 arrows, you can actually edit that tile. So again, what I did is I clicked tile, I clicked the arrows, and then I was able to click a little box there that lets me edit it. I'm just going to make this bigger so I can see it. Click the arrows and it makes it bigger. And what you can do is you can change the appearance of your tile. So right now that's what my tile looks like if I add it into my room. I can change, I'm just going to move my window over, and I'm guessing you guys will have to do this too so you can see it all. You can change the image of it, so it could look like marble tile, where I can then change the colors of my tile floor. Okay. Or I can make it look like these kind of tiles and make them gray. I can add a tint to them, where you can also change your color. Okay. Then if I hit OK, and OK, and OK, my tile has now changed. Now if I want to see what it actually looks like, I'm going to go to my 3D view. It looks blue there, but I have to come down here. It looks like a 3D box. And if I click it and go realistic, now I've got my classroom here. And you can see all the colors that changed. And I've got my gray flooring on the inside. Okay. And you can mess with the flooring. You can give it carpet. Right now I've got a brick wall on my exterior, so you can actually edit the wall colors. If I click on my wall and I go to edit type and I go to edit and I go to by category and click that, I can actually change the color of my wall. So let's say I want it green. Okay, it should, if it did it right. No. Well, you can mess with the walls after you do that, change the colors. That should have worked. Just keep messing with it. Maybe this will change it. Nope. Or you can go to visibility graphic. Just keep messing with the colors. Graphic display is our realistic. So it's under edit type here, where you go to change the colors. Okay? And that's how you add floor, windows, and doors.